Time to turn things over to Carly Agro for our first look at sports. Carly, I know you were a soccer player, varsity soccer player, so did you ever actually play any rugby at all?
You know what? That was the one sport that actually my parents said I was not allowed to play.
Oh,
so
really? I only ever played it in phys ed, but
really?
I mean, it's a pretty rough sport for sure.
It is very intense, and yeah, so I got a lot of respect for the people coming up in this next story. Well, rugby players take a pounding during the season. The Lloydminster Reapers are certainly no exception. They've been battling in the trenches over the years, not only in their games, but against each other in practice. Now, as Aaron Strack reports, the Reapers have a new piece of equipment that alleviates some of that wear and tear.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Hit 1, 2, ready?
It's been a year in the making. Finally, the Reapers can crash and bang something else.
Thanks to Dex Sandblasting there. We bought a used piece of machinery that wasn't in the best shape by no means. And thanks to them, they've refabbed it for us and painted it our colors. And it's a huge development tool for us and the juniors, and it's great to have.
It really stabilizes our practice on the scrums, which we haven't had ever before. We had a older one that was made out of wood, but this one really can identify the weaknesses, whether it be the height or your strength in your scrum or your unity in your scrum. So just practicing off that, running your forward plays and your back plays would be really good.
The Reapers have only been using the scrum machine for a week now, and it already has been paying off on the pitch.
You could definitely tell this week's in the scrums that they were a lot more solid, and the guys knew what they were doing a little bit more.
The scrum machine isn't the only reason the Reapers are back on track. The club held a meeting to motivate the troops.
We all got to get on the same page. We had a big team meeting 2 weeks ago and kind of hashed out where we were in the season and where we wanted to be, and everybody was pretty pleased about where the team was heading, and we just got to keep coming to practice.
The Reapers are 1-3 on the year, including 2 exhibition losses to Regina. They are back on the pitch this Saturday when they host the Saskatoon Crems. Aaron Streck, Newcap Sports.
To baseball we go now. While most games in the NSRBL were already in the books, there were still a couple of postseason matchups in the air heading into the final night of regular season play last night. Now, all eyes were on the Lloydminster Midgets and the St. Walburg Reds. And, well, there wasn't much watching in this one, as the Reds were forced to forfeit the game as a result of not being able to field a full team, handing the Midgets the win and the final playoff spot of the year. It was an interesting way for the regular season to come to an end. On the outside looking in are the Kindersley Raiders. Now, here is how that NSRBL playoff picture takes shape. The defending back-to-back champions, the Lloydminster Twins, have had that top spot on lock for quite some time. They only lost a single game all season. They will face the Midgets, while the second-place Wilkie Brewers will play the North Battlefield Beavers. Meadow Lake will welcome the Unity Cardinals for 2 of 3 games. And finally, a border city battle between the Blue Jays and the Junior Redhawks. Now, round 1 of the North Sask's best-of-3 playoff series will begin Monday, July 25th. The Sox host the Cardinals in Meadow Lake, and the Twins will begin the Border City battle against the Midgets that same night. The championship series will be played August 11th through the 19th. To the water we go now, where there was plenty of air to be caught and lines to be loaded this past weekend at Saskatoon's Wake Ride. But while the pros were busy strutting their stuff, some of them took the time to reflect on where, when, and how their wakeboarding days began. Now, with plenty of water in our region waiting to be shred, one local expert has some wake-worthy advice.
Because that'd be better for beginners or something like that. Probably doubled since last year at least. Everybody's getting boats, new boats every year, and everybody wants to wakeboard behind them. So
once you've got that crucial element, your boat, you're going to need the proper equipment, including a board, boots, life jacket, and a rope. Now, if you're planning on investing in your own gear, it's important to take your time and shop around. Boards vary in style and price.
Got your board with 2 fins on the back that are removable, some molded fins, and then the boots that are adjustable. And
once you've got your gear, it's time to get out into the water and give it a try, but it might be a little easier said than done.
Just let the boat do the work. Don't try and pull yourself forward, because that's when you're going to face plant.